Hello, Year 8. Today we are continuing with our yearly revision exercises, and today we're going to revise the topic of ratios and rates. So our first page is our warm-up questions to do together. In the first question, we are simplifying ratios. So if I have the ratio 45 to 18, to simplify the ratio, I want to find the highest number that I can divide both of them by. Now, each of those numbers can be divided by 9. So if I go like this, I'm going to divide each of those by 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5, and 18 divided by 9 is 2. Remember that for some ratios like this one, you can also simplify them by typing them into your calculator as a fraction. So 45 over 18, if you just press equals, it gives you the 5 over 2, but you just have to remember to write it as a ratio, not as a fraction. Let's do question B. If I want to do 4 over 5 to 20 and I want to simplify it, first of all, I would have to times that ratio by 5 to get rid of the denominator. So that would give 4, and 20 times 5 is 100. Then I could divide each of those by 4 to get 1 to 25. If you're wanting to do that one on the calculator, this can also be done, but you would use the divide sign for the ratio symbol. So you go 4 over 5 and then divided by 20 and press equals, and remember to write that as a ratio 1 to 25. 3 numbers in a ratio you can't do on the calculator. So you definitely need to find the common factor in there to divide by. And for 15, 20, and 35, you can divide by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, 20 divided by 5 is 4, 35 divided by 5 is 7. Part C. This question has units in it. If you have a question like this, you must also always make sure that the units are the same first before you do anything else. So the 2 kilograms, I'm going to change that into grams by timesing by 1,000. That will make my ratio 400 to 2,000. Then I can simplify that ratio. Now let's do this one on the calculator. I can put in 400 over 2,000 and it will simplify down to 1 to 5. Okay, question 2 is about rates. Rates compare different quantities, different types of quantities. So we have 480 meters in 3 minutes. To do this, I like to write them as a fraction first. 480 meters are done in 3 minutes. Then we divide the numbers. 480 divided by 3 is 160, and the units are written in my fraction. So it is meters over minutes, which means meters per minute. Let's try another one in part B. We have 288 words in 6 minutes. So this is probably someone's typing speed. If I divide the numbers, 288 divided by 6, I get 48 words per minute. Question 3 is a harder type of conversion because I am given a speed in kilometers per hour and I need to convert it into meters per second. So I'm changing both the distance unit and the time unit. What you do is you split the 80 kilometers per hour into a fraction where it is 80 kilometers in 1 hour. Then you can change the top and the bottom of that fraction separately. So if I want to change kilometers into meters, I'm going to times that by 1,000. If I want to change hours into seconds, I'm going to times 60 to turn to minutes, times 60 again to turn it into seconds. That would give 80 times 1,000, which is 80,000 meters 1 times 60 times 60 is 3,600 seconds. So 80000 divided by 3600 is 22.2 meters per second. Question 4 is about a map scale. We have a map scale of 1 to 200. The actual length of a running field is 3 kilometers. Find its length on the map in centimeters. Now, the actual measurement is the big measurement, right? If we are trying to find out how big it is on a map, we would be wanting to make it smaller, which means we take the 3 kilometers and we divide by our ratio, which was 1 to 200. So we divide by the 200 part. When you divide that, 3 divided by 200, we get 0.015, and that seems very small because it is in kilometers. It's always the same unit as what you were given in the question. If I put 3 kilometers in, then kilometers is going to be the unit for my answer. The question, however, asks me to find my answer in centimeters. To change kilometers into centimeters, I need to times by 1,000 to put it into meters, and then times by 100 to put that into centimeters. So let's type that in. We have 0.015, we times by 1,000 times by 100, and it is 1,500 centimeters. Okay, part B. A playground is 3 centimeters on a map. Find how long it is in real life in meters. So if it's 3 centimeters on the map, we have to times that by 200. 3 times 200 is 600, and that will be in centimeters. Okay, but we want our answer in meters, so we have to divide that by 100, which makes that 6 meters. Question 5. Divide 150 between 2 people in the ratio 4 to 6. So there is 4 parts in one and 6 parts in the other, which makes a total of 10 parts in that ratio. The first person is getting 4 out of the 10 parts, and you times that by 150. The second person is getting 6 out of the 10 parts, and you times that by 150. So each line of working there represents each person in that ratio and how much they're going to get. So 4 out of 10 times 150 is $60 for the first person. And then for the second person, they get 6 out of the 10 parts, so they're getting $90. And if you add 60 and 90, that is making a total of the 150 that we were dividing up. Question 6. A bus travels at 65 kilometers per hour for 3.5 hours. Find the distance traveled. So there could be a variety of questions that involve distance, speed, and time. So please remember this triangle here, which helps you remember the formulas. Speed is equal to distance over time, is how they are placed in that triangle. But if you're wanting to know distance, you put your finger over the D. So the D is up here, and that means the speed and the time are next to each other, so you want to times them. Distance will be equal to speed times time. Always be careful to make sure that your units match. So if this is kilometers per hour, then your time needs to be in hours, which it is. So for this question, I can just times them together. My speed was 65, my hours, the time in hours was 3.5, and 65 times 3.5 is 227.5 kilometers. Okay, so that's a very brief go through of ratios and rates. There's plenty more questions in here for you to practice. Good luck.